Welcome to the Russell Hantz Show. We have a very special guest, a friend of mine from Big Brother. Judd, what's up, Judd?
What's up, Russell? How you doing today?
Oh, I'm good, man. Hey, I don't watch much Big Brother, but I did watch your season. That's the season I watched. I watched yours and, of course, my brother's, Willie's season. And you did pretty good, man. You did pretty good out there.
Oh, I appreciate it. I tried. I mean, it's really, really hard, but I made it as long as I could. The best was getting back in the game and going after the people that got me out.
Right.
Fifth place. A little sad. I wish I would have won, but whatever. What can you do?
Right. Well, what I want to do today, man, is I want this to be like a little fun cast. We're not going to talk about your previous season or any other seasons. We're going to talk about the cast, the upcoming cast right now that's about to go out there. Now, today is Saturday, and they should be going out there Wednesday, right? That's the opening live show, or I don't know if it's live, but I really don't know how it works.
The premiere. No, it's not live. It's see what they do. They move you in the house.
Okay, so today is Saturday. Today's Saturday. So what is happening with the cast right now?
I'm thinking they probably moved in last night. If it's like it was whenever I was on there, I don't know. I hadn't asked people from the previous seasons, but I know that we did interviews and stuff on a Tuesday and moved in on a Friday, and then they did them on a Monday. So it could be like Thursday that they moved in. Or, you know what I mean?
So you think they're in there right now?
Yeah, because they're not gonna have any footage for the first episode. So that first week that you're in there, it's actually like 2 weeks that the first HOH is HOH, and you're in there. Shit, I'm sorry. I had a beep and I was like turning my phone off. But anyways, you're in there for a week without any live feeds, and then once the first episode comes on, then they turn the feeds on that night at 12 p.m. Eastern, I think.
Oh, okay.
Or after the Pacific time one goes off, so it's really late, I think, when they come on. I can't actually remember, but
what actually happens? What happens a couple of days? Because I wanted to talk about that. And if they're in the house, then they're in the house now. But what happens a couple of days before they go into the house? Like, what's going down? What's going on? Are they in a hotel room?
Oh, yeah. They're in a hotel room. No TV, no phone.
No TV? You can't even watch TV?
They take the TV out.
It's like they're juries.
They give you a portable DVD player, and you can watch movies that came out before you were given your key and kidnapped or whatever,
Kidnapped.
So you just before they come and get you, and give you your key and stuff, then they have I don't know, you just go in there for like a week. I don't know, it's probably just kind of getting you used to, all that, like not having any freedom, probably getting you a little adjusted, I guess.
Right.
And, plus the interviews and stuff, because, I mean, somebody that smokes pot every day, they go on there, and then they're like grouchy as shit because they don't have their pot. I guess that at least gives them
or even cigarettes. Well, you can smoke cigarettes, though. In the house?
No, we had to, in the house, but in the thing before and even, like, after jury, before, like, it gets done to Final Three, they bring you back to a hotel, and you have to bring, like, an e-cig or something because you can't go outside to smoke. You can't leave your room.
Oh, so you can't smoke or anything when you're on lockdown?
Never. Like, in the before you're in the house and after you're out of the house, you can't. You can in jury and in the house, but that's it.
When you were on lockdown and when you went out, let's say you went out to smoke an e-cig or whatever, or you had to leave the room for something. They didn't let you exercise or anything?
No, nothing. Nothing. I mean, at finals they did when that was like 25 people, but once they got down to like the cast and the alternates, we never left the room, not once. Like they brought us food like 3 times a day. I mean, they were really good to us, but I mean, you're in there. Like I remember like just wanting some sunshine and like the sun that was going through like my window, I would like lay on the floor and like lay in it just to feel like I was getting some vitamin D.
Right. So how long did you stay in the hotel? How long do y'all usually stay in there? Once they lock y'all down, how long do you stay in the hotel?
I think it's a little different for everybody. It depends on like when they get you. You know what I mean? I know some people stay a lot longer. Some people don't stay as long. It just depends on when they come to your city and pick you up. And I'm sure that has to do with like flights and all that. You know, like coming to my town, they had to go to little Knoxville Airport, and you know what I mean? So,
right.
When they said they had to go somewhere else.
Yeah, when I played, they let us leave. It's almost like prison rules. They let you leave once for about an hour to be able to go exercise. So they let us go out, you know, and do a thing. And matter of fact, nobody even was around when we left to do that. And
oh wow!
And we didn't order the food from the room. We went down to the lobby and ate it. So they would have all the handlers in there. They're all in the lobby, and everybody went in certain groups to eat, and you had to sit in certain tables. So you actually seen the cast. And that's a little bit what I want to talk about. When do y'all see the cast? When you're in the house?
No, well, we actually seen each other in the hotel. Kind of like whenever we went for finals, which is probably about a month before they come and give you your key.
Right.
Then there's like 25 finalists there, I guess, and they're just narrowing it down to like the alternates and the house guests. And that's when you have your final interview, you get your physical, all that stuff. But whenever you're there for that, they give you certain times that you can go to the gym, you can go eat and stuff, and you have to call them, like when you leave the hotel, then whenever you leave your room, and then you have to call them whenever you get back. And then you can eat like restaurants there, but they have people with like handlers with like clipboards and stuff like that you check in with, and then you can't talk to anybody. You'd be in big trouble,
and you see, know? That's a big thing is profiling each person individual, and that's what I want to do with you today. I want to profile. We're gonna, get you have the pictures up of the cast, because I haven't read their bio or their interviews or any of that. I want to look at the picture and profile what I think who's going to do the best and who's going to be voted out early just by appearances alone. Now, I was trying to get Derek to do this, man. You know, I was going to get Derek to do it. You know what he emailed me? He emailed me, I don't profile, I don't do that kind of thing. I'm like, dude, this is for fun. This is a fun podcast. We're profiling like we do when we play Survivor, like we do when we play Big Brother. Our job, when you play a reality TV show, you don't know the people. So you have to immediately profile. When you see someone, you profile what you think about them. It's part of the game. It has nothing to do with, being wrong or it's nothing like that. It's just fun. It's just fun. So he didn't want to do it, obviously, because he's a police officer or was a police officer. So when he hears the word profile, it's way bigger to him hearing that word than me saying it, because I'm saying it for a fun fact. Hey, let's profile these people by just their looks alone. And it's not like, oh, we're going to profile this person because he's a criminal, and that's when he hears the word profile, that's what he thinks. But we're not doing that. We're having fun with it. We're just profiling each individual on how we feel. And we could be totally off base. We could be totally wrong about what we say and how we say it about this person. We could say somebody's going to be first off that wins the game. We don't know. This is it's what you do when you play.
Like snap judgments, right?
Right. It's when you see someone, when you go in that game and you see someone, you have to judge them on what you see immediately.
Right.
Like, what's his name?
This person's going to be like that.
Yeah, what's his name with the beard on Big Brother, the big long beard? Donnie. So when you look at Donnie and then he talks to you, you don't have to know much to know that he's a good guy and that he's somebody you could probably align with. You know what I mean?
Right.
So when you look at someone and they're cocky, you know right off the bat, you don't have to know too much about that person to know that you're probably going to want him out early, because you see what I'm trying to say?
Better,
that's how. Go ahead.
The more approachable you are, I feel like the more people want to work with you and they feel comfortable, talking to you and stuff. I don't remember, but I just wanted an older person. I wanted somebody that was more athletic than me and stuff. And,
you see, so you were profiling. You were profiling from the get-go what you wanted. I was profiling. I wanted a young Southern girl. I wanted a girl
Right.
that maybe was easier for me to work with. And I know, because I'm from the South, and I know how the more submissive Southern girl is easier for me to work with in a house. So that's
Exactly.
why I went with Natalie White. Even though, Aaron didn't seem that way with you, the more submissive type. But you see what I'm getting with, you know?
Right. Yeah. No, I get it because Alyssa was kind of my person that I would talk to, even if it wasn't about game and stuff. But we were always kind of on the same page, especially the first part. So I get that. Like you need like a. I think it's great to have a female. And then she was also from Charlotte. I'm from East Tennessee. We're both from the Southeast. So it's like, yeah, it's like you kind of get a connection with people that are from where you're from. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like whether you know what I mean. It's just
Right.
like you got that comfort with them, and then it's easier to work with somebody that you're comfortable around.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
so what we do is we profile, and that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to profile the cast. Okay, so what we're going to do, I have a picture of the cast, and do you have a picture up?
yeah, I have one up.
Okay, so the first one on my frame here is Christmas. Now, my first experience, my first impression of a girl named Christmas is she probably lives in a pretty good family because they love Christmas. So because they named her Christmas, right? So that's a positive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I was thinking she's like one of those people that makes up her own name, and everybody's like, "Why the
Well,
fuck
that's
did
good. That's
Mary?"
pretty good right there. She make up her own name.
Yeah, like why the hell did Mary from high school change her name to Christmas? Like it's like it could be easy. You always go to school with that person, and they
Right.
change their name to like their middle name, and it doesn't make any sense. So you're like, wow, since kindergarten through high school, you were Amanda, now you're
Christmas.
Tracy,
Right.
or Marie, or whatever your middle
Right.
name is.
So when I first see
know.
this girl, man, she's very stunning, very pretty girl, and she has
Gorgeous.
looks like she has what is that? A half a sleeve? I can't see her whole body, but a shoulder, half a
Yeah.
sleeve, or a full sleeve tattoo. Is it full sleeve? Can you see her full body?
I can't in the picture that I'm looking at,
I
but
think
she
it's-
looks like a tough ass
Oh,
woman.
let me tell you what I know about girls with tattoos, and this would be the first thing. I've dated a few with sleeves. So, and what I know about them is they're very trustworthy for some reason. They're trustworthy, but they're tough. She's not some submissive girl. She's a tough girl, but she can be trust. But she's not the girl that you want to cross. I think
Right.
that she's going to do very well in the game. I think she's going to do well. Matter of fact, I know it's the first one I'm talking about, but I think she's in the finals.
Oh yeah, I could see her going extremely far. I think the only thing that could hurt her, because she just has a good smile, and I think she's hot as hell. I think that
Oh,
she could
hell
work
yeah,
with guys
she's
or
hot, dude.
girls. Like I could see her going either way, like working with the alpha males or like working with the girls. I don't know. I could see her working more just by looks alone, like working more with guys,
Right.
strong competitors,
Definitely.
and stuff, and just be like, let's fight it out at the end.
But
and
I
just, like,
see her
get rid of all these
controlling
people.
the guys too. Like the guy might think he's in control, but he ain't gonna be in control of her.
Right, yeah. I think, yeah, you're right, 100%. I don't think that Christmas is going to let
Right.
anything take away her life.
Yeah, and it's, the funny thing is the next one is Matthew. Now Matthew's more of a salty hair type. Looks like he's 37 or so, 35, that age, and he is the type that she will dominate. Like she will take control of that dude, and he won't even know what hit him.
Oh, exactly. I can see that.
What
I don't
type
know.
does he look
He
like
does
to
look
you?
old. I don't know. He's one of those that could go either way. Like a really nice guy, or like a super douche that just wants to powerhouse through Big Brother and play it like a sprint and not a marathon. You know what I
Right.
mean? I could see that. Just looking at it, for some reason he just looks like a nice guy. You know,
See,
like
I don't see him playing it as a sprint. I see him playing slow. I see him just going with the flow and almost being a yes man for a while in that game. That's just what I see. He seems like a nice guy, But that's not always the case with these good-looking older guys. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah. Like, I don't know. Like, it could go either way. He's the one that I'm, like, most on the fence with, I think. Like, I could see him being a very good player or just someone that doesn't really know what's
Do
going
you
on.
think he makes the jury?
I could see him making, like, early jury or, like, go out, like, right before jury begins. Because he looks so nice and stuff, I don't think he'd go out right away.
It just doesn't seem that way.
After they get used to him.
Right.
Yeah, like, after they get comfortable with each other, then they might be like, oh, we need to get him out as soon as we can. You know, and hey, they might not even have a jury if they do it the over-the-top style.
Yeah, and what they do when they do their casting, they choose. This guy isn't there just because of his looks. He's there because he may be extremely aggressive or he may be extremely nice. It's always the times 10 what they really are. You know what I mean? So when you see the girl, like when you see Christmas, I guarantee you that's one strong girl right there. But I think she better use her looks, and I think she'll be trustworthy to go further in the game. But Matthew, I think that he'll make the jury. I think he'll be early on the jury because he's the type that they'll say, oh, he can win the game. Oh, Matthew can win this game. You know. So, and Christmas is the type that you'll be like, well, she stabbed this so-and-so and so in the back, and we can trust her. So let's just see how far we can take her, you know?
Yeah, I can see that 100%.
You see, okay, the next one we got here is Dominique. You got her? You see her?
Dominique, yes.
Dominique. Now, I think that Dominique's going to be in the top 4. I do. I think that...
Yeah, I think she's going to do very well.
I think she's going to do well. She looks like she's a sweet girl. And I think I'll get down to who I think is going to actually... I have somebody that I think is actually going to win the game. I have my final 2. I think Dominique's going to be in the final 4. She seems like she's a sweet girl. But again, women have a thing to where if they're casted for being aggressive, then she may be too aggressive. If you're too aggressive, for some reason, in Big Brother, the pretty girl goes early a lot of the times.
I know, and I don't understand. That is, like, not to get on my season, but I said that, like, going in, I was like, I don't get why people go for the hot girls first that aren't that great at challenges. I don't get why people don't go for the stronger guys. Like, I wanted to go for, like, any guy that was stronger than my ass. You know what I mean? Because that would help me out a lot more.
Yeah, I mean,
I didn't want every guy
because even on Willie's
on
season, who was that? It was the Playmate of the Year. She went first. Who was that? What was her name?
Oh, shit, I can't remember, to be honest. Kara. No, because I got confused because I think of Jody, but Kara Monaco.
Yeah, Kara Monaco. So she went first.
One of the most beautiful girls in BB history, and she went first. And I was just like, what?
They got one. They got one here. I don't know. We ain't got to her yet, but they got one here that may top that. We'll go straight to her. I'm gonna skip. I'm gonna skip a few on my page.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
Jessica. Is a pretty girl. Now if we're saying I don't think she's going to make the merge. I think she's going to go early. Because her and Christmas are going to clash.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I feel like I don't know, because every cast is different, like, how they interact with each other, but, like, she just seems like the type of girl the other girls are going to be really jealous of and hate her for no reason.
She reminds me...
And she doesn't look...
She reminds me of... I'll only say a younger version only because who's the girl that played the soccer thing and she kept doing the kicking the ball through the net over and over and over thousands of times. Brittany. She reminds me of Brittany. Brittany's beautiful, and she reminds me of Brittany. Oh yeah, gorgeous. For some reason. And Brittany went early.
Yeah, I can see that.
Brittany went early.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah,
unfortunately,
I think everybody
like,
goes really early.
What happens is people like Christmas and people, these other guys, they don't want to showmance. They don't want it to seem that way. So, they get rid of the pretty ones. I don't get it.
Yeah, because I feel like the first week on each season, they're either getting rid of, like, someone that's, like, already tried to play too hard that first week, or the most annoying person in the house,
Yeah.
which is normally the most annoying person in the house that goes first, or the person that goes to bed way earlier than everybody that nobody really gets to know because they don't really.
She's not going to get along with Elena. She's not going to get along with Christmas. She's not going to get along with Jason. She's not going to get along with Dominique. Like, she's going early. Poor thing. But I'd still take her. I'd still take her on a date. Take her to dinner anytime.
Oh, yeah. She's like got to be top 5 hottest Big Brother girls of all time.
I
in
agree.
any country. There's a lot of, I don't know if you know
in any country.
I have to Google her. yeah. Melanie Iglesias. I forget what I think she's like a host or something. She looks a lot like her.
Right.
Melanie Iglesias. You have to look her up.
She's going to have to be careful because she's been told she's pretty all her life. Those girls are different. She's going to have to be careful in the house like this because I can guarantee you 75% of these people that's in this house wouldn't normally be her friend. So that's what happens. They go, she's the girl that sat at the pretty table. She's the girl that was the cheerleader that everybody wanted. She's the girl that, everybody was into and you were jealous of. So now she's in a house for 3 months with a bunch of people she don't even know and all types of different personalities. So that may be why the pretty girls go early, because they're not used to being with different personalities. They're used to their crew. They got their little pretty crew that go out, they do their little thing, and people don't like that. People because everybody has that person that bullied them in high school, and she wasn't bullied. I promise you. She would.
Oh, God,
I'm not saying she was a bully, but I'm saying she has the look of the type of girl, almost like that Mean Girl movie that bullied. So. You might take that
or
out
even
on
like
her.
one of those types. Yeah, like I don't know how your experience was in high school, but like there's some people that just come across as like a bully, or people don't like them and stuff for really no good reason. It's just because like they're jealous of them. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like she might be a great girl and just having to deal with people that are jealous of her. I can definitely see these girls being jealous of her in this house. Like especially like we'll get to her in a minute because I don't have her up right now. But this other girl, I think they'll clash. Like I can already see it. But I do think that she's going to be an athletic competitor, though.
You think?
I could see her. Yeah, I think that. I mean, not Christmas athletic. I mean, I don't think any of the guys will even be Christmas athletic, but it's like I think she's going to be there to play. Like, I mean, at least the competitions, but she might be one of those people that like tries to powerhouse the competitions and comes off as a threat really early.
Yeah,
it's
funny how we can look at someone and almost put a side-by-side picture of someone else that played the game, and it's like, okay, they picked this person because it looks like this person. Like they got another Cody. They got another Cody in the house, and you can tell he looks like somebody.
Oh yeah, he seems like an asshole though. I like him for that though. I mean, because it's all about entertainment, and if this is like over the top, did you watch any of Over the Top?
No, I didn't watch it.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know, it's live, but you could watch like a 1 week episode. It's actually easier to keep up with, but it seems harder. But anyways, like the public voted for the winner. They didn't have a jury, kind of like old school BB1 and like how a lot of international ones do it, but it still had a lot of our format in it too, like still HOH and stuff. But there's like a third nominee America puts up and all that kind of stuff. And I really hope that comes in because like the first BB sucked. It didn't take off well here. UK always has a lot more outrageous personalities. They were more PG on BB1, but social media was not existent during BB1, and now it's batshit crazy. Like it was starting to pick up like during your brother's season, and then my season's picking up a little more. Then I think they were like, oh, let's put Frankie on here and then really get it going. You know what I mean? Like each year, I feel like the social media grows more and more and more. So I think it'd be a good idea. I almost feel like the Over the Top season which I liked. I think that was kind of just a test for a format. I mean,
Yeah.
that's just my opinion. No one's told me that. I'm just thinking
Right.
it's really odd they would move in people a week later, not even change the decorations much, and have them in there for 70 days. So I don't know. I'm really hoping that that's the case.
So we got Elena. Now I'm really, she's on the fence with me. I can't really read her that well. You know, I don't know. Like, she is one that I'm like, I'm not really sure if she's going to be trustworthy, the mean girl, or yeah, I don't. What is your opinion on her?
Let's see. She is the. Hang on, my tab closed out. Let's see. She's the one with like the purplish hair.
Right.
I'm pulling it back up right now. I apologize.
And she reminds me of that one girl with the short hair that had the purplish hair. That I think she was on. She was running around the house.
Joey, like a man, like she was pretending to be like a guy.
Right,
like, I don't know,
right.
joking around.
She reminds me of her.
Yeah, I never thought of that.
Doesn't she?
With you, longer hair.
Right.
Yeah, because I mean, Joey, like I met her in person and stuff, and even some of the guys I talked to from 16 were like, yeah, she was the hottest before we moved in. We were all like, she's the hottest. I mean, I don't know. If you've just seen her in person, she's like really gorgeous. And this girl does look a lot like, I think the other's a little hotter than her though. The blue, I guess like the blue a little bit better. I don't know. This girl, I do know though. I gotta say this, that she's from Dallas, and she's from like one of my favorite radio morning shows that I listen to here in Tennessee, and it's a Dallas station. It's called.
She's a radio host.
Show. Well, she works for Kid Craddock in the morning.
Oh wow! Is she the host though? Is she one of the?
She does something, I think, like where she talk. I don't listen to it as much anymore, but she does something like where she'll talk about like her Tinder experiences and stuff. So probably just.
She
like,
don't have no Tinder experiences. That's all talk.
Well,
that
like,
girl ain't Tinder.
No, she like documents them and stuff. Like she'll go out and then she'll write about her experiences on Tinder.
Oh,
and stuff.
okay.
Like, and then get on the radio show and talk about it because it's funny, you know. It's like, I don't know, but I could. She's actually the one I was saying. I thought will clash with Jessica. I don't think she'll like Jessica.
I think so
Go
too.
ahead, Jess.
I said that earlier. I think you're right. I think Jessica's poor. Yeah. And I feel sorry for Jessica already. We need to go consult her.
Oh, the guys are gonna take care of her. Don't worry.
She's gonna be well taken care of, I'm sure.
She might even team up with Christmas. I could see her and Christmas just rolling with the guys to the end. Maybe I don't know. I
mean, that would be what I want to see. We want to see that Christmas and Jessica teaming up. You know, that's what everybody wants to see. But I don't know about that, man.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know. Like, you know, like different personalities work very well together in that game, though. You know, because they can talk to different people.
Yeah, find out what Jessica does for a living. I'm getting somebody on that right now. I didn't want to do this, but I gotta find out what is she? You think she's a model or something? What is she? VIP concierge.
And if she's a model, she's
a VIP concierge, and she has a tattoo that I didn't think she would have. I'm seeing a full shot of her. What does that tattoo say? So Super Bowl 7. It just has a bunch of Roman numerals on her tattoo. It's like the Super Bowl type, like a V111.XV111 in Roman numeral, and MC square.
Oh my God! I hope it's not 19. I hope she didn't get it for Big Brother 19. I still regret my veto tattoo.
MCMXVI? I don't know what that is on her arm, but yeah, she's a concierge. So she is that girl that takes you to your room. Or is that the concierge that does that, or that's the ones that tell you where to go if you go to a fancy hotel?
Yeah. Like a fancy hotel usually has more attractive people working at the desk, and I could definitely see.
Yeah. So, wow, man, she looks like a model to me. But
I gotta say one thing about Dominique. I meant to say earlier, just real quick. She kind of gives me like a. I don't know why, but it's one of my favorites. Shelly from 17, she's awesome. Such a good girl, but she kind of gives me vibes of her. You know what I mean? Where she's got that big smile and knows how very charismatic, and can get along with a wall, you know, but you're not going to run over them, you know, like they're going to be a tough person. Like, you know, you can't mistake their kindness for weakness at all.
Almost like Suri in Survivor. Suri in Survivor with that big smile that everybody loves, always laughing and gets along with everybody, but you better watch your back.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I think you would have to be a devil not to like Shelly, but you couldn't run over Shelly. And I think Dominique kind of seems, she gives me those same vibes. I see that big old smile, and, you know, it's just like looks like she's a really charismatic person. And I don't know, man. Like you said, Final Four, I'll agree with that because I could see her socially making it, you know, because it makes a big deal in that. I mean, a big difference in the house, like people's moods and how they act and stuff, too. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah,
like if you're the wrong look, you want their ass gone. You know?
I think that's a right assessment of her. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think she's kind of a Shelly, and I could see those Suri in her to Suri. I love Suri.
Yeah.
I remember those rumors of Suri being on this season.
Uh-huh.
And I was down with it because she got so screwed with all them idol.
Do you think there's going to be another? You think somebody else is coming in the house, or this is the final cast?
I think there's going to be more people come in. I don't know. Like I've heard like rumors, but I feel like 90% of the rumors I see online are just made up by little kids.
Right.
But I could see them bring in like 2 people. I don't think they'll bring like 4 coaches, but I could see them bringing maybe like a guy and girl from.
They might bring Suri in the house. Who knows? I might be going in the house and just doing this interview with you right in front.
I'll have my fingers crossed that that's true.
You did hear that I was going somewhere, didn't you? Did you see it anywhere? I seen it all over that I was going in the house. I don't know. I got a podcast.
Yeah. I also seen a little vote thing with me and like Paul, Audrey, and Alex from Over the Top, and I looked at the vote, and everybody else had like 20%, and I had
that's
3.
Man, like you said, that's a bunch of kids in their mom's basement eating Cheetos in their whitey tighties, trying to throw out names that don't have nothing better else to do in life. But anyway.
Yeah, I mean they're all made up. But if you were going on there, I'd be stoked. And Suri, like you and Suri, I heard Matt.
Man, I'm saving myself for Big Brother versus Survivor, and you're out there with me. That's what I'm saving myself.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah, we'll talk about that not on the show, though.
Yeah, we'll talk about that on the side. But anyway.
Yeah.
So they got... now, I've been wanting to talk about this guy because I think he is fake as fuck. Jason. Okay. Now look carefully at this photo. He has a cowboy hat with a scarf around his neck with his collar popped up. Now... that guy is not a cowboy. Because I don't know too many cowboys that do that.
Right, yeah.
But guess what? People trust cowboys. I think he is the villain that's trying to act like something he's not. Like Russell Hand's trying to act like he's a fireman. You know, like I did with Hurricane Katrina. Well, he is not that person. I don't think that he... You know, I think he's trying to portray himself to be this cowboy, this good old cowboy that you can trust. You know, but the way he set up that, it's almost like it's a staged setup. You know, he's got this. How many of your friends wear cowboy hats?
Not very often, unless it's like in a.
Okay, well, I know quite a few people. I'm in Texas, and I know quite a few people that wear cowboy hats. If I go to the the country club, I watched what was that movie we watched? Urban Cowboy just the other day, yesterday, and go ahead and watch it because if you ain't watched it, you'll love it. But I didn't see not near one of them cowboys wearing a scarf, not a near one.
Oh no!
And I don't know any of my friends that wear scarves, cowboys, the real cowboys with cowboy hats. You know?
No, I don't know any men that wear scarves at all.
Right?
I don't.
And he might be stylish. I don't know, but he's not a cowboy. You know.
Right. I think he's a rodeo clown, and that's going to give him a lot of athleticism.
He's a rodeo clown. That might be why he's wearing the scarf. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because he's like a
he's a clown.
hot man and stuff. Yeah, and I'm thinking, and I think somebody said he did auctioneering or something. I don't know about that, but I know he's a rodeo clown, and I mean that's a pretty physical job, you know.
Oh, hell yeah. Well,
So,
I might have
I
to
think
take
he
back.
could do
I didn't
good.
even, you see, I'm judging by appearances, and I didn't know he was a rodeo clown. Now I get the outfit.
Right.
I get it.
Well, I didn't like the side I was looking at, so I put it on a different one to see their pictures, and it says like their hometown and
Right.
job. So I just seen that whenever I was looking at his picture, but I've heard that he's never watched an episode of
Man,
Big
that's
Brother,
some
so
bull
hopefully
crap,
he
man.
does. I
That's
don't know,
bull
man.
crap. They
I
should
hope
get
he
the
watches
fans. The fans that listen to these podcasts, it's not just mine, all of them, that's driven to play Big Brother and play Survivor, and they pick people that hasn't ever even watched the show. That's a shame, and
Right.
CBS needs or SEG for Survivor and whatever the company is with Big Brother. They need to stop that, man. They need to find people that at least, if they say I haven't seen an episode, you should cut them out right there. I don't agree with that.
And I don't know though. Like I agree with that, but at the same time, like there was Keisha on season 10, one of my favorite players ever, and she'd never seen Big Brother before she played, and never seen it after she played, which I
Wow.
thought was hilarious.
Wow.
She was a good ass player. She played emotionally and chewed people's ass out. And
But you
still
should
stayed.
give
Like,
credit to the people that's actually watching the show. Give them hope.
right.
If you don't,
I
if
get
they
it, yeah.
kept doing this kind of stuff, it gives the people that's watching that wants to play, it gives them no hope. I mean, not everybody wants to play, but a majority of them do. And when you just cast a bunch of people that never even watched it, like that should be disrespectful to them. I mean, I never watched Survivor. I never watched Survivor, and I turned out to be a pretty crazy character in the world of reality TV. So it worked
one of the
for
best
me.
Survivor players, like
Thank you, man. Appreciate that.
ever. Like seriously, you are like you're all over the side and stuff for best players. And,
Well, I appreciate that.
you know,
And the thing is, I've never watched it, but I don't agree with people that doesn't watch it. Now I watch it. I'm a huge fan of Survivor. I'm really getting into Big
Right.
Brother because of the my podcast, and I want to I want to get into that as well. I was really into your season. I thought it was a good season. But and a lot of people think it's a bad. A lot of people thought it was a bad season because they thought that it had too many racial tones to it. I enjoyed the
right,
season
and those
personally.
same people are watching the Housewives shows and stuff for the same kind of bullshit. So it's like a double-edged sword. I feel like nothing makes fans happy though. You know what I mean? Like they want to complain about it.
Well, people sitting at their dinner tables, man, they say things that other people would perceive as racist, white, black, Mexican, doesn't matter who it is. Each one of them families are sitting there, and they all say something that when the cameras aren't rolling and they ain't being filmed, that other people may perceive it to be racist. But they're not. So I don't think I know Erin personally. You know her too. You played with her. She's not racist. She's just not that. She's not that style. But I recently watched an episode of her doing what she did with the bed, turning the bed over and all that stuff, and it seemed racist. When I rewatched it, I was like, wow, she does not look good doing that. It's not a good life.
Exactly.
But what you do is you go in a house for 3 months, you miss your family, you miss this and that, you get pissed off, you can't slap them, you can't hit them, or you're gone. So you try to vocally attack them, which is not cool.
Right.
But I understand it. I don't condone it. I understand how someone could get somebody else get under their skin when they're locked up in a house for 3 months.
Right, and I'm gonna tell you that I've noticed last year. I watched the live feeds the first night they come on, but I don't watch them like throughout the season. But I noticed a lot of people, even on my season, like once they tell you when the live feeds are gonna come on, and I've seen about 6 or 7 personalities completely change once they knew those live feeds were on, and Erin was one of them. She was kind of nice and stuff, and then once those live feeds were on, it's like, it's on now. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I think it's like almost trying to be a character or something, because like all that stuff, you don't realize that was like pre-jury, and we had only been there a couple of weeks. Like it was pretty early, and then like towards the end of the season, she changed it around. And
do they tell y'all when they click on the live feeds, do they say, okay, in 10 minutes we will be live, like live feeds are up? Do they tell y'all that in the house?
Yeah, they gave us a heads up. I don't remember how long they
You know what
said or
aggravates
whatever,
me,
but
man, that I'm going to tell you right now, and you did it a few times. Everybody does
right.
it. It's when everybody starts singing music, and the cast is like, stop singing. It's like, why does,
No.
like, stop singing the music?
Exactly.
It's like,
I never.
you
I
never,
think Jason Aldean one time and they didn't cut me. I was like, yeah, because
right.
they were
It's
probably
like,
just laughing at me
stop
because I can't
saying,
sing
what
with
do
you,
they say?
man.
How do they say it?
Please stop singing. Judd, please stop singing. Button pushers. Hate button
Y'all
pushers.
call them button pushers?
I did. I was like,
That would be aggravating to me. I'd be like, fuck you.
we're not talking about production. You know, I was always really into production. I feel really bad, you know, because I seen this sweet little girl at the party afterwards. She's like, I love you, even though you called me a beep, 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 beep the other night. And I was like, what? And she said, I was the one pushing the buttons. I was like, oh, I'm
Oh,
sorry. I didn't
wow.
know. I just figured it was a man. I figured it was a man.
Stop singing.
I bet. She laughed, so we were both like, she was
So we
sweet
have,
about it. But,
we'll move on. We have Cameron. Cameron, I want you to name one
I
person
like
that
him.
recently played that he reminds you of, and I'll tell you who he reminds me of. First of all, I think he's the nerdy one. They always have the nerds. They always have the nerds that do their little thing. They're awkward, they're awkward nerds, and they do well in these games.
Right.
He,
Well, I feel like after Ian, these people try to
Ian.
be like
That's
him.
exactly what I was
And I'm
going
just-
That's who he reminds me of, Ian.
Well, they try to be like him. This guy even likes Ian, I think. And then, like, that other guy that won a couple years ago, I think he liked Ian a lot and stuff. I'm like, okay, so you have to wear a pair of glasses if you want that role? Like, I don't get it, you know?
Right.
I'm like I remember last year people were saying Nicole and Meech looked alike. They look nothing alike. They're opposites. Because they wear glasses, they look alike. I'm like,
Right.
what's this guess who bullshit that people are...
Right.
I was like, they don't look anything alike.
Well,
But I
I
don't
think
like
that
this Cameron guy.
you don't
he's
like
gonna be my
him?
least favorite. I hope he goes. No, I mean, just I might love him once the show starts, but
Right.
it seems like he doesn't really remind me of an Ian. I think he wants to be an Ian and try to play that off and stuff for some reason.
You think he's
And
going to be
you also
going
have to
early?
think yeah, I could see that because people are used to Ian and Steve. They both won. You know, if this guy's presenting himself that way, they're going to be like, well, the last two guys that were like this won the show. So, you know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
like, why keep him around?
Okay, well,
And I don't
know, man.
I don't know. He just seems a little cocky.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't
something
know.
about
I don't
him.
know if
I
he's
might
going to come
love-
off like that, though. I don't think he's going to come off cocky. I think he's going to come off one of these smart kids that know he knows Big Brother. He's been watching it all his life, and I think he's going to come off like someone that knows the game, and I think he's going to do well. I think he's a top fiver.
Yeah. Oh, I think he's a preacher. But I think instead of Ian, he kind of reminds me of like a dollar store Johnny Mac.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
he didn't. I don't know that he likes Johnny Mac. I mean, Johnny Mac's awesome, but this
Right.
guy's nothing like him. But I could see him being like a dollar store version of Johnny
Right.
Mac, like, and that could get him a little further. But if he tries to play up this "I'm smarter than everybody" patronizing bullshit, then they'll be like, "Peace out,
Right.
see you never, homie. See you finale."
Right. So
you
they
say see you never, then you see him again.
No,
so.
we got these. I'm going to talk about these three guys all together. It's Cody, Josh, and Mark. Now, especially Josh. He's first out. That's my first outer. Look at him.
Oh.
Look at him. He needs to win competitions before those three might connect in the bro love type thing. Now, just because I want him first out don't mean he's going to be first out, because it could be completely opposite. Because Mark looks like a douche, Josh looks like a douche, and Cody looks like a, MTV douche. So,
Yeah, Cody, I think, is like going to be very, 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 very mean.
look at Josh, man. Look at him with his
like,
shirt all unbuttoned. What does Josh do for a living?
I'm
bringing it up.
He is in hair care sales. I don't know what that is. Hair care sales. I guess he sells like hair products. I don't know.
Well, shoot, you see, first impressions didn't work for me, because he sure the hell don't look like somebody that sell hair products. You know?
No, he doesn't even have hair.
It's like me selling hair
he don't have hair
products.
himself.
I need to start selling hair products.
I don't get
He's
it.
from
But
Miami. What's up? What's up with him? What else? Anything else? That's it. That's all you see.
No, it's.
Hometown.
I think he's just a little
Miami.
out
He
there.
looks like
wild.
Miami, dude.
If he's really loud and screaming all the time and stuff, he's gonna get on their fucking nerves.
If you wouldn't have told me he was from Miami, I would have told you he's from Miami. Like I have my assistant here that told me he's from Miami. If she would have told me that, I would have been like, that dude's from Miami. Look at his shirt. It's all open.
Yeah.
Either Miami or New Jersey. That's what that is right there.
Yeah. I can see that. And
right.
And I got to tell you though, they pick out the clothes you wear for these pictures.
Yeah, but they picking his style though. They do pick the clothes out. I agree.
Yeah.
But you get the shoes, somewhat your style. You know what I mean? Like, look at Kevin. Look at Kevin down there. That's Kevin's style. He is that's a he's some kind of attorney or something. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, I want them to. I think they just want to kind of show their character with their clothes, I guess.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because like mine, they had me wear like a plaid shirt. I would have wore it. You know, it's just a shirt I wore anyways. But you know, the bear shirt, I sent that in with my candid pictures. They told me to bring it. You know, because I'd had that before.
Yeah. Right.
You know, but all this stuff they tell them to do, and I get it though, because it's all about characters and stuff and making them look different and stuff, which. I don't know. What's the other guy you said? Mark? I kind of like Mark. I like Mark. I think he could last a long way. If he doesn't get in a stupid showmance or something like that, I think that could hurt him.
Nobody's getting in a showmance with Josh, dude. I will.
Oh, not Josh. Mark. No, nobody.
Oh, yeah, okay, Mark. Yeah, nobody's getting a showmance with Josh. Maybe Mark. I could see that. Because he's definitely Christmas style. That's what she
Yeah, he's like jacked and, like... They'll love each other. They'll work out together and just have like a workout romance, you know?
Yeah, so that's we're calling that now Christmas and Mark are in a showmance. So which that means Mark should do well because Christmas is going to do well in this game. I have to see that. I have to say that. It has to happen.
I think those two could possibly work together. And Cody, you know, I did hear like twice that he doesn't like guys that cry and stuff and say, I don't cry. I don't ever cry. I never cry.
That's messed up though, dude. Because
I cried.
You can cry. It's okay to cry. You could call me if you're upset. You could cry with me, man. It doesn't make you less of a man to cry. So if Cody publicly said that, I already don't like him. Because, you know, there's things in life. Life isn't easy. And it's okay. You know, it doesn't make you a man to be tough. All tough and... You know, never cry and always fighting, and you know that doesn't make you a man. You know, so
I just think
the way if you heard him say that, then I want him first, and then we'll watch him cry together.
I agree with it. I like him more because of that. Like he laughed and I was like, it's weird. I'm never gonna cry. And I agree with him. I was like, I'm not gonna let any of these little assholes from wherever they're from make my ass cry.
You know what I want to see? I want to see him play Survivor, and after being out there for 30 days suffering, his little sister or his mama walks up on the island and see how tough he is then. You know, because dude, these games get the best of you. They do. Now, in Survivor, there's two different games. They're the same but different. Survivor. You physically suffer. I lost 60 pounds my first episode. 60. 6-0.
Right, yeah.
So, and then you're missing your family. So you get to a point to where it's like you're vulnerable. And in Big Brother, it's more of a mental. No, it is a mental. For me, it was mental in Survivor 2. But Big Brother, I think it's more of a mental challenge.
Different kind of mental.
Because you're locked up in a house with people that's pissing you off regularly, you know?
Right. Like, even if you were in there with all your family that you love the most, like, you're going to fight sometimes because being that close to people, not being able to get away from
Dude, if Cody cries, if he cries this season, I'm calling him out. If he cries, I'm doing a podcast on him crying. You know?
He won't. There's no way.
He could.
He's like me on that. No, he's not.
Dude,
Like
if
that.
you played
I
Survivor and did the loved ones visit, and the one you love most, or your mom or whatever, comes out there when you're in your worst possible situation, mentally and physically, you're crying. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, man.
I know. We've actually talked about this before. I asked you about that. I was like, okay, Big Brother's this many days, Survivor's this many days, and I just asked you because I've always wondered, and I was like, Russell, why is it that everyone cries? Because it's only like a month, and you told me that it's because you're miserable and cold and uncomfortable the whole time. Like it's like
you're missing your loved
really
ones,
draining on you.
and you're in
explained
your
it to
worst
me.
state possible, and you see your mom running out there with her hands out, dude. It is at a very very emotional time. The toughest guy, I'll go ahead and say, I'm one of the toughest guys that ever played. If I played that show alone or what all that stuff, I would have to literally die before I would quit. And I really believe that. And I can't, when it comes to my family, it's easy to break me down because, my kids, when you have kids, you love them more than life itself. You love them deeper than you can ever think about loving anything. And when you love something so much, when something drastic happens, or you're on an island, and you're in your worst state possible, and all of a sudden you see your little girl or your wife or whatever run out there, it's a touching thing. It's, and I mean, Big Brother don't have that type of situation, but I understand it. I don't call them pushes for crying out there. I get it. It's an emotional thing. But if you cry all the time, like Fishback did this last season in he said he wasn't gonna listen to my podcast, but I bet you he hears this. Fishback did like a little crybaby over and over and over. When you cry on your confessionals constantly, that makes no sense. That just means you're a crybaby. And I agree with Cody saying you're less of a man. But on the other hand, the way I'm talking about it, it's I would think that other people would understand it. So, but if Cody cries. If he cries, we're doing a podcast. Will you come back on the show if he cries and we're going to talk about that? Because you're saying he won't cry.
No, he's not going to. Like, I mean, if he seems like tougher than me, and I did not cry. I didn't want letters from home.
Yeah,
I didn't want letters from home, and I wanted HOH. I thought,
did you ever feel that? How you're almost about to cry. Did you ever feel and just held yourself in? Be honest.
No, never. I tried to pretend one time to production, and I couldn't. I couldn't. I was always too mad or something. I was always more mad than sad.
I could see that in Big Brother, though, man. Big Brother's different. It's different than what I'm used to. And I can tell you right now, if I play Big Brother, I ain't crying. Ain't happening, ever. It just ain't happening. Because it's like you're always mad. You're too mad to cry. You're too, or you're happy because you won this or that. It's like, it's a roller coaster for sure of emotions, but no, I ain't crying in a house where I can eat every day and a roof over my head,
Right.
But Josh gone, man.
Yeah, it would be like Josh. I can see him. I don't know. It just depends on who he aligns with. He's got to tone it down though. I think everything I've read is talked about how loud he is and stuff. They get old, like screaming and yelling. People be
he's
like,
going early, man.
Fuck up, man.
He reminds me
People get mad whenever they're trying to sleep and people are keeping them up,
Yeah, right. He's not, people try to emulate other Big Brothers or Survivors, and they try to do things that they've done. Not everybody could be Evil Dick. Not everybody can, slap around pots and pans and get away with it. Not everybody can hide machetes and hide machetes and tell fake stories about being in Hurricane Katrina and burning their socks. Not everybody can do that. So, and if you try to do that, most of the times you get busted, and that's gonna happen to Josh. Yeah. I don't want him to go for. I don't like him at all. That's my first impression.
I don't know. I'm kind of like in the middle on him so far. I just gotta see how he comes in, and goes about it. But I like Mark. I don't know. I think I like Mark okay. He just seems pretty vanilla. You know what I mean? Just kind of like the average personal trainer from Grand Island, New York.
Well, he
think
might
it's
do
like around
well because
Buffalo.
we both agree he's going to hook up with Christmas.
Yeah,
But he's
like,
going to want to
if
hook
it's
up
not
with
a
Jessica.
romantic thing, it's going to be a friendship thing that turns romantic afterwards, or just a
Yeah,
really big
he's
friendship.
going to want to
you
hook
know,
up with
but
Jessica, but Jessica's not going to do that on national television because her mom's watching. So,
yeah, she'll be. Yeah, she'll be. I could see her more going for like Cody or something. I don't know.
Right, maybe so. You're right. Maybe so. She's more of a
Yeah, I
Cody
mean,
type, or
girls kind of like the mean guys, and he kind of gives that mean vibe,
ain't no way
It's like,
Josh is gonna get with Jessica. That ain't never happening.
oh god, oh, I can see him like
I can see Matthew
following
maybe.
her, like
Matthew
Pepe
and
Le Pew.
Jessica.
Matthew, yeah, I can see that, but yeah, I can see Josh being like Pepe Le Pew after Jessica, and her not
Oh
being
yeah,
bad, He'd
definitely.
be like, I gotta have this girl, and she'll be like, get him away from me. He's on my
Right.
nerves. Yeah.
So now we
Yeah,
got. I think that this girl looks kind of like the school bus driver or the lunch lady type girl, Megan.
Megan. Sam.
You got her.
Scrolling down. I'm scrolling down to her right now.
Right.
She must be on the
What
bottom.
does Megan do for a living? That's gonna be funny if she's a. What does she do for a living? A what? Oh, she's a dog walker. So she does nothing for a living.
Dog walker.
So
Yeah,
basically, she doesn't
throw
have
an
a job.
occupation on. Yeah, Cathedral City. Okay. I don't know. She kind of looks like. I don't know. I don't really know what to think about Megan, to be honest. I could see her just kind of lounging around that place, floater stuff. Like the new definition of floater, meaning you don't do anything. I could see her kind of doing that, like laying low and just.
Well,
going
she
with
doesn't
the
have
flow,
a
and that's
job.
not necessarily a bad.
No, it's
Yeah,
not
I mean, it's
necessarily
not
a
a
bad
bad
thing.
thing.
That's what Sandra did, and she won twice. So,
Right. Yeah, and then like me and Andy kind of did the same thing, like just kind of went with the flow and stuff. We always laughed till we didn't get as many DRs as other people and stuff, because we're keeping our damn mouth shut so we could like observe and see who, you know what I mean? Like it's smart to observe and not open your mouth too much
I see
about
that with her.
alliances and stuff.
Yeah, I do see that with her. She seems like she's going to.
So she could be a sleeper. I mean,
she could.
Like,
Oh, she
you know
will
what I mean?
be.
Like I could.
She will be a sleeper.
Yeah.
She's gonna come from
She's
nowhere.
in jury.
Yep, she's making.
Yeah,
jury.
and if she's not like a good player, she still seems like the type that might not be good at physical competitions, and I could see them like keeping her around just to have like a number for votes and stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then her agreeing for safety. But then people like that, they can bounce back and forth, and I think that's great.
Right.
They can bounce and like screw over one alliance for another that they can not be on the bottom of the totem pole for. Like she's kind of got. I don't know. She kind of gives me those kind of vibes. I think that she's gonna surprise us.
Right. So I think so too. I think she's gonna do well, and I could see her going deep into the game for sure. So,
Yeah, I could too.
So
she's
we
my
got
sleeper pick.
right. So we got. Is this the one you wanted to talk about earlier, Alex? She's the other pretty girl, Alex. She's the. I would put her. Actually, I would put her third in the pretty list. I'm really. If I'm doing a pretty list, I'm really. I have to know their personalities between Christmas and Jessica. If I'm just going for pictures, I'm picking Jessica. But I can guarantee you, once you get to know them, you're gonna pick Christmas. But Alex. We're on her now. So what do you think about Alex?
Yeah. Alex.
She got the flower in her hair. CBS didn't make her put that flower in her hair.
She's gonna be annoying. They're gonna get rid of her super fast.
Yeah.
She's not gonna be around long.
I could agree with that.
I don't think that
she may be a first out or two. Cause I got who I got first out. I want Josh to be first out. I want that. But Alex may be, and I don't want to see Jessica first out because I want to do podcast on Jessica, so I might call production and keep her in longer. Because we need
Yeah.
to keep talking about Jessica.
Oh yeah, of course. And I think that I want my first out to be Cameron. I'm sick of that little patronizing, cocky. I'm so smart because I got glasses.
Right. So we both agree.
I'll break your glass.
Alex is in trouble. She's gonna be an early out.
Yeah, I just think that not because like I don't know, not because she just kind of gives me like those vibes of someone that's just easy to nominate really early without making a lot of waves. Like if somebody by chance won a HOH that they didn't necessarily mean to win, and I think she's a good person to just throw up. You know what I mean? There's just some people that you can put up and they don't put up much of a fight.
Yeah.
They don't put up a fight at all, and you can just pill them some bullshit like you're not going home, and they believe you, and she won't even fight to stay because she'll think she's safe, and then she'll just go because some alliance will switch or something.
Yeah, she seems boring too.
Yeah, I think she's going to be like one of those that just tries to act like a character, but it's not really going to work for her, But I could be wrong. Like, I'm always wrong on these preseason.
That'd be crazy if we're right on. We're going to talk again after it's all over. That's going to be fun. We'll talk about after it's all over. We'll do another podcast on what really went down, because I'm going to take notes on what we've said, and then we'll go over the notes of what we said and how they really did.
Yeah.
That'd be
okay,
fun.
Yeah, that sounds great.
All right, man. So we got Julian. You know what she reminds me of? She is what did you say? A dollar store version of Victoria.
Yeah, I get that. That's like 100% right on the dot, I think.
Yeah, I think she's going to do absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Just like Victoria. And Victoria made the final 3.
Right. Yeah, I mean, there's always somebody like that makes the final 3. Or it's like a huge player that's going to win if they go to final 2.
I'm going to go out on a limb, man, and say she's in the final 3. Because she's going to do nothing. And when you do nothing, she has pearls on, for God's sakes. Yeah, she's definitely that style. She's not going to do anything, man. She's going to sit around and watch the drama happen.
Yeah, her and she's going to be sitting around with like what's the girl just said, Megan, and you know what I mean, trying to be friends with her and stuff. And I think she's going to maybe get on the girls' nerves or something, but I think they'll see her as someone that they can,
she's
tell
a
her
higher
how to
class
than
Nicole, I think. She's going to play like Nicole, but she's a little bit above her pay grade. I think that.
Really? Nicole the one?
Yep, the one that won. I think she can do well. I think she's going to do well because she ain't going to do anything. Nicole did well her second time. Know. The second time she played, I thought she did, pretty good when she won.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the first time she played, it was really the cast she played.
I'm talking about the first time she played, too. Not the second time. The first time.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. And, yeah, okay. I could see, it could go either way with her, but I don't know. I just think that she'll really get on people's nerves, too.
Right.
I mean, I could see her being less like, what's her name? Alex, though. Like, I feel like she'll kind of be in that same position where she'll be put up a lot, but I don't think she'll go.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Is, she better get along. She can. She's the type of girl that can get along with Christmas. Christmas is in control of this game. I think she's the boss. And I think that Julian is the type of girl that's a submissive type, quiet, rich girl that can get along with the aggressive girl because, she listens to her. And I could see them getting along, actually.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, because I don't think Christmas would be one that they're, like, jealous of because I'm thinking, like, they're, even though Christmas is hot and stuff, they're like, oh, I don't want to be a bodybuilder. You know what I mean? Like, she's kind of like bodybuilder.
But I don't know.
I think that'll kind of help her.
Yeah, I think Christmas is deep inside. Even though she ain't going to say it, she'll be jealous of Jessica. I don't think she's going to be jealous of Julianne. And I think Julianne is the type of girl that's really not jealous of anybody. She's just the type of girl that just almost like a Victoria, man. I mean, I see her being like
Oh, I don't know.
Victoria.
I think I don't want to throw out jealous for Jillian, but I do see her being a shit talker. You
Really?
know?
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, when it like behind people's backs and stuff, which is very normal in there. But
Right.
I could just see her like just sitting around all day talking shit about
Right.
people. You know?
Okay. We
Like
got now.
on
We
that
got we
couch
got Kevin
outside.
in a suit, man. Kevin's in the suit. Got the tie.
Evan.
He looks like an attorney. You know. I think he's going to try to control things from the get go. I think that's the type of guy, but he's smart enough to be able to do it. You know, I see him on the
Yeah.
fence. He's on the fence for me. I think he's gonna go. I think he'll make the jury, but he's gonna
Mhm.
be making decisions, and he just looks like that type of guy, decision maker.
Yeah. Like him being an older guy and stuff. Like, God, I would have killed to have someone like him on my season. That's what I wanted. I get along better, like with people like much older than me and stuff, or even a little older than me. And like that's what I wanted so bad. I wish I had Kevin and he has like I think he has like 6 daughters and a son, and they're like all younger. I think so. These people are not gonna get on
He
his
has
nerves to be
6
too different than
daughters.
what he's used
What
to.
does Kevin do for a living?
6 daughters and a son.
He's a stay-at-home dad. You see, I'm getting all this wrong
Wait,
so
how do
far.
you have? How do you
He's a
have 7
stay-at-home
kids
dad.
and be a
What does his
stay-at-home dad?
wife do for a living? Can you find that out? We're gonna find out what his wife does for a living. So he stays at home
Okay.
with 6 daughters, and he's dressed, pretty decently there. So maybe his wife is the one that's an attorney. Now, I didn't want to know this kind of thing because it messes up my perception of what really things are, the real stuff. But if he's
Yeah.
a stay-at-home dad, he's a submissive guy. He's going to go far in the game. Now, since I know that little bit of information, he should go deep in the game because
Mhm.
he raises, 6 girls? He's
Yeah, 6 girls and a boy. He has a son
very
too.
patient, a very patient man,
Mhm.
dresses well. He's going to go deep in the game. I think he's going to do
Right,
well.
and then chances are him having 7 kids, like most of them are probably around, and him being 55, most of his kids are probably around the age of the house guest.
So I'm going to go ahead
So
and
he's gonna
say
be.
top 5. I'll go ahead and say top 5. Yeah,
Yeah, I think he's gonna go
I might
far.
even say he might win the game, man. The only reason I ain't saying he ain't going to win is because I already have my winner pick, but I will say he may win this game. Kevin, now knowing that
Yeah.
he's a stay-at-home mom and he raises, 7 kids and he's that patient and he's okay with all
Mhm.
that, he may win the game because that's what it takes to win this kind of
Yeah,
game.
and he's from Boston, and Boston people are pretty straight up, and I think. I think he'll be pretty straight up with people and loyal. I think he'll have that loyalty
I'm going to
to
go out
him,
on
to
a limb,
whoever he
man.
works with.
I wasn't going to do this, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say that he's going to win the game. Yep.
Okay,
No,
I could see
and I
that.
wouldn't have said
really
that. I
could.
wouldn't have said that if I wouldn't have known he was a stay-at-home mom with raising 7 children. Takes a lot to do
Right,
something
yeah,
like that.
exactly. And I think that, I kind of, like, just from now, like, not seeing the episode, because you got to think, like, the bios and the interviews and stuff, you're not really meeting the house guests or the contestants on Survivor and stuff. You're meeting the representative that's making them sound very, very good.
Of course.
You don't really meet them till you see them with the other people, And, even when I did it, you just say whatever sounds good at the time,
Right.
and just think whatever. But you
Right.
do so many of them, and you're just meeting their representative that makes them sound like the best person ever. Kind of like whenever you dated a new girl, like the first month they're great and stuff because you're dating their representative, and then after that first month, the real girl comes out, and you're like, you find out if you really like her, or she's not so much your style. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's how these interviews are. They're very vague, and people don't really know what to say because it's just like weird questions thrown at you, and I don't know. But I want to root for him. Like from
I think
now.
he's gonna do
you know,
well.
like it might change.
At first, I didn't like him, man.
Yeah.
First impression, like if we was gonna do this legit, like I said, I'd been like, like I said earlier about him before I knew he was a stay-at-home mom. He was on the fence for me. But now, knowing his personality, because that tells a lot about a man that's a stay-at-home mom and that lives at home and raises 7 children. He changes diapers, he cooks, he does all that while his wife's working. He obviously, he does a great job because that's what he does. And now he's on Big Brother.
Yeah.
This is cater-made for somebody like him.
Yeah, I mean, like his normal household has. I mean, I'm sure not all of his kids live with him now. You know, he's 55.
And he's been married for
he's
31
living
years.
with
31 years.
Yeah.
So
he's probably used to no privacy already, so it's not going to be hard to adjust.
Used to no privacy. He's
People always around.
Used to everybody screaming. He's used to all of that. He's used to being in a house with a bunch of babies already. So he's perfect.
But he's gonna have patience that a lot of people won't have.
Right. Yeah,
I mean, because people get irritated. People get irritated not being able to get away from people. You know what I mean? Like some people just want alone time, and I'm like, why'd you sign up for this show, idiot? You know, when I heard somebody say that.
Right.
And but he's the type. I don't think he'll ever need alone time. I think
he might even be like a father figure towards some of them. You know what I mean? Because that's what he does.
Yeah,
He's a professional dad. Like that the one I want to talk about next is Raven. She actually looks like the type that he would be a father figure towards. Somebody like Raven.
Oh, yeah, that would be cool. I'd like to see an alliance like that, like kind of similar to like one of the earlier seasons, Jack and Erica. I don't know which season it was. I think 3. But that'd be so cool. Like a younger, I think she's like 23, girl from Arkansas working with a 55-year-old man from Boston.
What does she do for a living?
And I gotta say, like this.
Raven.
What does Raven do for a living? She is a dance teacher, but I also heard that she is like a ghost hunter for a female thing. Like I heard that somewhere, but it's not like as weird as it sounds. Like she's like sometimes people think they have a ghost, and it's just a fan in their attic that they didn't know they had. So she didn't seem like too kooky, like too out there and stuff. And she's just all about her southern charm. And
I wonder
if
she's gonna have that Arkansas accent. If she has that little Arkansas twang. Arkansas.
Yeah, I've already heard it. I had to see she's actually from Arkansas, just living there, and you can tell. And she has it.
Oh, that's good. That might.
I just watched like a 1-minute tape with Ika, and it was like that's when she was talking about.
She's trying to look like
stuff.
the goody girl, the goody Southern girl with them little pink tails up, which she may be. Yeah. She may be just that. That might not be a look. She might be that sweet little, innocent, trustworthy. So she might. I could see her making the merge.
Oh yeah, I could too.
Or the jury.
I could see. Yeah, I just kind of get like a vibe from her that should be like a social person. You know what I mean? Maybe not like a power player, but somebody that's kind of in the loop.
I see
based
that.
On, you trust people more. Like if you have like, and I'm sure it's the same in Survivor. If you have somewhat of a personal relationship, like to talk about whenever you're not talking about game. You know what I mean? Because then you kind of got a common ground. You kind of build trust with each other. I could kind of see her doing that. Like maybe she'd just get lucky and just be trying to have a good time and be in a room with like 3 people and they'd be like, hey, let's make a solid 4 right now.
Yeah.
Like she could just get really lucky and fall into the right spot at the right time.
I can see that. For sure.
I'm going to say that she's definitely, I think, if she doesn't make it to jury, she might be like really close to making it, but I do think she's going to make it.
Who do you see her with a showmance with?
With a showmance?
You know who I see her lining with?
I don't know.
You ain't going to like this. I see her lining with Cameron.
Cameron, I could totally see. I didn't think of that until you just said that, but I can totally see that.
Yep.
I think they're.
I can even see them kind of
like,
hanging out all the time, and like that's her guy. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, like just becoming friends, and then just like, hey, let's duo up, Yeah,
because
like,
she's
you talk to the girls, I'll talk to the guys.
She's not gonna go for a Guido. You know what I mean? She's not going to go for a Josh,
Yeah.
a Cody, a Mark. I don't even know the definition of Guido, but that's my definition of Guido. Like the buff.
Yeah, just like a meathead. Yeah,
The
like
meatheads, yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like,
right. Yeah, I see
look
that
they
for
got
sure.
to him.
So my last one was my favorite till Kevin came along. Ramus.
Oh,
Ramus's.
really?
I liked him, man. I like his eyes. I like the way he smiles. I think he's going to do well. I had him actually to win the game, but then Kevin came along. But yeah, I like Ramus's.
Yeah,
Do you like him?
I don't like him. I mean,
you don't.
No, I don't.
You might like him after this,
but
man. I got something I want to show you. They already wrote a song for this dude. He is already famous. You ready to hear the song here?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Now listen to the words of this song. It's pretty intense. It's
okay.
It's Ramus's.
Right.
Here we go.
Bien. I am singing at the party. I am singing, it's my turn to sing at the party. Everyone is dancing, happy party. But Ramses is not dancing, he does not dance at the parties.
Oh my God.
Ramses number one, he knows the secrets of desire. Ramses is the one, he puts the people all on fire.
What you think, man?
I don't have words.
That's Ramses.
I was like,
Ramses is number one. He does not dance at the party.
that was him?
Boy. That's my boy, Ramses.
That's hilarious. That does make me like him a little better.
Yeah, you see? That's Nacho Libre.
Yeah.
You ever watch Nacho Libre?
Yeah, it's been a while, but yeah, that is super funny. That does make me like him a little bit more.
Yeah, it's
I kinda thought
Ramses,
he
man.
was
We got to
kinda
pull
going
for
that.
Ramses. He does not dance at the party.
Yeah, I was thinking he was gonna be more like a, Cameron, like Ian Steve type,
Right.
wannabe. I call him wannabe. But they're like, I got glasses, so I'm like Ian.
right.
Y'all.
Right. They
but
might
he's
not
like,
even be subscription, right?
Right, yeah, and this guy looks like a nice guy. I'm not saying that I hate him or anything. It's just like he's out of the cast. He's like not one of my favorites. I don't know. I could see him making it to jury just because he's like friends with the right people, but I don't know. I kind of would see him going out before, to be honest.
I like him. I think he's going to do well. I think I had him winning.
Yeah.
I before we started this list, I looked over it and I had him winning the game. And now, now it's Kevin only because he's a professional at this game already and people don't even know it. So
right, yeah.
So
I think
Kevin,
he's just stupid because he's older.
I would be
Like,
shocked if Kevin goes early.
Pardon?
Shocked. I would be shocked if he goes early.
Yeah, I hate when people act like, like on Twitter and stuff, like people are just so stupid and going home because they're older. I'm like, older people are much more smarter than like people in their 20s. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like they got way more, like a 55-year-old, I'm not going to challenge them about knowledge because they know a lot more than mass,
Right.
So,
and it's
he's
not
who I'm
just
rooting
because
for.
he's
I'm
older.
rooting
It's
for
just
Kevin.
because his experience, 31 years of being married and dealing with crying babies on a regular basis. He's dealing with crying babies in the house, constantly. He doesn't leave. How can he leave? His wife's working. When she gets home, she's ready to go to bed. He probably cooks her dinner. He probably gets the babies ready for bed. It's so he doesn't leave the house already. So I see him doing well.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. He's a professional Big Brother player, and he's got to pull some tricks with them kids, especially with so many, like lie, little white lies and stuff. Well, we'll do it tomorrow, like that kind of stuff.
Right.
So I think, he'll be a very, very good player, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
Other than
And I hope
Ramses,
so. I really, really hope so.
Ramses is the best. Dude, I'm gonna
Rams
come
is-
up with some other stuff.
The thing
for
about
Rams.
Rams is, the reason I think he might go pre-jury is because he just seems like such a likable guy. I could almost see him being up against like the wrong person, and especially if they do like the OTT twist or something, and people just thinking maybe we should get him out now because he's going to make it all the way to the end because we all like him so much that we're not going to target him anytime soon. So maybe right now would be the best time to get rid of him and keep a bigger target around.
Right, maybe
if that
so.
makes sense.
Maybe so.
And that's nothing that see, and that's where luck comes. In Big Brother, because that's nothing he can help, at all, unless he just like decided to go around and piss people off. But I feel like that's a double-edged sword. You try to do that, and then like now we have a reason to go after. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
if you give anybody just like an inch, they'll take a mile.
Right.
After you.
No, I agree with that.
Show.
I agree with that. Well, that's all of them, man, and
That's
we
all of 'em.
definitely gonna come back and do this again when it's all over. So when it's all over and they did what they did, we can be like, we were wrong. We're probably wrong on everything. You know how that works.
Oh yeah, I always am. The past 2 seasons, the person I picked for the winner was the first person out. I'm not joking. It was Jose and Jace from 17.
Wow.
I just thought I don't know.
So who do you pick, before we go, who do you pick to win it all? We need to know 2 things. Who do you pick to win it all, and who's first out?
Okay, I say Alex will
Okay.
be first out. I'm going to go out on a limb and say Alex will be first out. And to win it all, I'm going to go with... I'm going to go rogue on this. I'm going to go Matthew.
Okay, all right. I can see that. Matthew's a sleeper with us right now. He might be a sleeper in the show. He seems like he seems like I think he's gonna do good, but you just don't know,
Yeah, like last year, like Jose's gonna do good. He'll be friends with the guys, the girls. I couldn't have been more wrong. He was like the worst ever,
Right.
the worst.
All right, man. Well, I sure appreciate you coming on the
fun.
show, man. This was a fun time.
Yeah, brother. Anytime. I enjoyed it, and thank you for having me on.
All right, man. Well, we get back. We're gonna have another conversation about this once it's all over. But that's it for now. And you have a good night, man.
You too, brother.
All right, Judd. Talk to you later, man.